Hello Internet, and welcome to my live reaction for IDW's Sonic the Hedgehog, issue 17. When we last left off, Sonic had been infected by the metal virus in his fight with Rough and Tumble, and had gone to Tails' place to try to work out if there is a way to stop it. We learned that it is somehow weak to speed, which again seems like something Eggman should have tested from the beginning, given that his nemesis is all about speed. But it doesn't actually make it go away, it just kind of makes it retract for a little while. And that's not enough to save the poor citizens of Windmill Village, who are completely infected with the metal virus in Eggman's first large-scale test of it, who go out to infect the world, including a lone Zombot Flicky, who is headed towards some major metropolis. So let's jump right on into issue 17. Our picture here has Sonic surrounded by Zombots. I loved the contrast between the blue and the red here. It's a really cool looking cover. Anyway, so our previously is, the metal virus is flooding Windmill Village. Eggman's, head out into the world and share what I've given you. Be fruitful and terrorize. Mwahaha! Then we have Tails examining the metal virus. Persistent and aggressive. It seems like your speed can burn it off and keep it in check, but not cure it. Let's run some models. Well, Eggman's flying battleship isn't going to find itself for us, is it? The last shot of the end of last issue of the Flicky being zombotified and flying to the city. Our roll call has Sonic, Vector, SBO, and Charmy, and we open in the Chaotix Detective Agency in Seaside City, as Vector is taking a phone call. And Sonic is infected too? Sheesh, thanks for the intel, Tails. And SBO turns to him as he hangs up the phone. That sounded serious. What's the situation? Details are sketchy, but it sounds like Eggman is back and is using some kind of goo to turn folks into zombie robots. Sonic got infected by one of these zombots and has to stay on the move to keep his infection in check. Meanwhile, Charmy is flying around on the ceiling fan like an adorable kid who I love. But that gets his attention. That sounds spooky. Are they coming for us? We can't rule out the possibility of... And Vector calms them down. The world's a big place. I'm sure we're fine. What we need to worry about is our next client, who can step through that door any second, right as a Zombot kicks the door open and walks in. A bunch of Zombots are all crawling through the door now. SBO throws a kunai knife at one of them and it just bounces right off. No effect? Don't worry, SBO, I'll protect us, and Charmy, dashes at them, but Vector thankfully grabs him by the foot at the last second. Don't! You can't touch him! That's how the infection spreads! I'm calling a tactical retreat. Out the back, boys. We'll hide, and they leave their building. In the city! And he's shocked, and we see the face ship is now spreading the metal virus all through Seaside City. Yeah, this is... I figured this was going to be the same city we saw from the Flicky last issue, but that was in the woods, and this is as a seaside city on the water. Anyway, yeah, Eggman is now in Seaside City, spreading the metal virus. Up there! That has to be Eggman's new flagship! And Charmy kind of, apologizes. I'm sorry, guys. I don't think I can fly us up there. Appreciate the thought, Charmy. And Vector just, rips out a stop sign! For now, let's head downtown and see what we can do. And smacks a Zombot. And, they're all helping the citizens get away from the Zombots. Helps a random citizen get to her car. Vector to Amy Rose. Do you copy? Restoration Headquarters. Amy is pouring over a bunch of paperwork. So much paperwork. Why did I agree to this? An assistant walks in. Miss Rose, an urgent call for you from Vector. Oh, now what? Seaside City just got hit by Eggman. There's Zombots everywhere. Oh no! I'll send a rescue shuttle right away. We need backup. Can you send Sonic? Anyone? I'll put out a call to everyone in the area. Hopefully Sonic will hear or someone will see him. Be careful. Meanwhile, back in Seaside City, SBO turns to Vector. Well, help's on the way, but who knows how much or how soon. We're on our own, boys. And SBO flies past a tree that is now turning into a Zombot. What's the plan? What's the plan? Looks like the plant's getting infected too, so getting survivors out of the city isn't necessarily safer. Getting them down to the docks is their only option. Thus putting our backs to the sea. There's nowhere to escape to. Nowhere is safe, SBO, and at least with the docks we can create choke points. It's the best defensible position we've got. They put all their hands together, split up, find survivors and send them to the boardwalk. Keep the Zombots busy, but don't touch them, got it? Got it. Alright, 3, 2, 1. Team Chaotix! And they move out to deal with the Zombots. Right as a few are about to get caught by Zombots, Charmy distracts them with a nya, look at me! SBO distracts them with a thrown kunai knife. Oh no, he tangles them up with some kunai knives all over between some street lamps and the wall. Flawless technique. And Vector tries to get some citizens safe in a fruit truck. Pop the clutch! And the driver calls back, I only know how to drive automatic! Grr. Put it in neutral. I'll push you till you go downhill. And he does, and they go driving downhill. Thank you! Meanwhile, Vector is now surrounded by Zombots. No fair ganging up on a guy who can't hit you back. And just at the last minute, Sonic comes in, saves the day. Alright. Because Vector, of course, cannot be saved from the metal virus. I heard you could use a hand. And Vector just kind of looks at him. What is it with you and the dramatic timing? Tails said you were infected. Can you not breathe on me? And Sonic looks down at the virus spread that's now covering most of the right side of his body. No, we're fine as long as I don't touch you. This way I can bop some Zombots, but I gotta keep speeding along to burn it off. And the more Zombots I hit, the faster it spreads, so you've gotta keep moving. Got it. We're getting survivors down to the docks for evac. Good plan. I'll cover you as best I can. And next time Eggman loses his memory, I'm throwing him in a cell. Less hindsight, more rescuing. Yeah. That did not... I think... I still wish that we had spent more time with Mr. Tinker. But still, it did not end up going well for the heroes. And so we cut to Charmy and SBO now have a whole slew of survivors. This way. Keep your eyes open. Call out any Zombots that you see. Eek! They hear a scream behind them. Here! Right here! A bunch of them are surrounding a still human person. I'm not one of them. It's just a scratch. And we see the contagion on her elbow. Please don't leave me behind. And it starts to spread. You can't leave me behind! What do we do? I don't know. We can't risk anyone else getting infected, but... yeah, so... I really love the kind of horror... The kind of, horror light aspects that this arc has really been delving into. I mentioned this in the last issue with, the decimation of Windfall Village, and how it really played up the horror of the soon-to-be victims. We see that here with the woman, as we see the infection on her arm. And Vector, smashes down 2 cars to surround her. Or 3 cars now. Wait, I won't touch anyone. Just wrap up my arm. Put me in quarantine. And Vector puts the last car to fully surround her. Please! I'm sorry. Wow. This ain't a sightseeing trip. And Vector immediately moves on to deal with the survivors. Get down to the docks. Move it! And Charmy comes at Vector. How can you be so mean? We're supposed to help everyone. I'm doing the best I can. Gotta get as many uninfected people as we can to safety. You've got time, we'll come back for the sick. But... And SBO sides with Vector. We do not have time to debate. I know it's hard, but we need to follow Vector's lead. Fine, but I don't have to like it. None of us do. Especially Vector. We have some more Zombots coming for a couple people on a rooftop. But Sonic comes in to, distract them. The stairwells are clear. Hustle! And just at that moment, the rescue shuttle finally shows up, and Sonic notices it. Alright, the rescue shuttle! Now the evacuation can begin for real. It's going to get the attention of the Zombots, though. I better... and the virus is now spreading across his arm and onto his chest now. Brr. Man, this is a nasty feeling. I want to protect everyone. But I'm no good to anyone if I turn into a Zombot. Better run this off. And at that point, Sonic notices the face chip still in the sky, and dashes down the wall to go confront Eggman. Runs through the streets with Zombots, out of the city, faster. And we see the virus starts to, burn away. I've got to get back to them. Faster! Meanwhile, back down at the docks, people are getting into the rescue shuttle as Vector and SBO try to hold back the Zombots. We're in the home stretch, boys. Just a little longer. And Charmy's doing a head count of all the survivors. 135? 136? That's barely anybody. The city has so many people in it. We saved all the healthy ones. Now we need the rest. Charmy, where do you think you're going? I'm gonna save the one you trapped with the cars. She didn't change yet. We can still help her. She probably changed by now, I think. It's too late, get back here! And Espio readies his, like, kunai lasso. I've got him. But then it's caught by the Zombots. Charmy, come back! That's an order! Charmy! And Charmy just runs off, not paying any heed. I'm back, don't be afraid, we'll get you to safety. And he comes in to see the woman who is now a Zombot. Yeah! No! 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 Oh, and he's caught by the Zombots. One of them grabs his shoe. Ah! Vector! Espio! Help! Yeah, I think Charmy's done. And now Espio is holding, Vector back. Let me go! I can find him! And Sonic arrives just then. Whoa, what happened? Charmy went back into the city. He hasn't come back! And if you go, you won't come back either. We've got a city's worth of Zombot, one of the restoration soldiers. We've got a city's worth of Zombots closing in. We have to go, now! And Vector climbs onto the ship reluctantly. They're right. You guys get out of here. I'll sweep the city and look for Charmy. But, alright. And Vector gets on as Sonic leaves. I'll do my best to find him. And, Sonic runs off as Vector and Espio can only just be ashamed. Next time, Sonic versus Gemerl? Isn't Emerald the Sonic battle guy? Right? Let me double check that. Yeah, Emerald is the Sonic battle guy. What about Gemerl? There's Gemerl, who is from Sonic Advance 3, which I certainly never played. It was based off Emerald, but that's not spelled the same way. So yeah, I don't know who Gemerl is supposed to be. But yeah, anyway. So, again, another Knockout Chapter issue from IDW this month, or this 2-week period, whatever. It was great. It's kind of, the fall of Windmill Village in, like, long form, with an extra, Charmy death, or Charmy infection. Again, I highly doubt the Zombots are permanently dead, because they would not kill Charmy off. Yeah, but anyway, yeah, this is just some really, really good shit, which has been the series' bread and butter. Kind of slowed down after Angel Island for a few issues, but, like, these past couple ones have been great. And I know we have, like, 5 weeks until the next one comes out, and it's going to be a super long wait. But yeah, this is really just all action. There's not that much in, like, plot besides, Charmy being infected. But it's just, get the survivors to escape and leave Seaside City as fast as you can. But it's still just a harrowing 20 pages or so. It's really well done. Yeah, I don't think I really have anything else to say, for this issue. So I hope you all enjoyed the issue and the video itself. If you did, feel free to drop me a like, or subscribe, or, do whatever makes you happy, And remember, your life is your own, okay? Bye!